All right. Welcome to Good Morning Soapstone. And today's guest is Dropshot. But let's hear from the lovely host, Trainer Callan, Lolly D.
Yes, Queen.
Hey.
Yes.
Hi,
She said lovely host.
She did. She was talking about you, of course.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was. We're trying to get in the Halloween mood. I, of course, do not have Halloween makeup or Halloween stuff at all to wear. Do you have any of that stuff? Do you have the makeup?
No, I took my inspiration from, yeah. This is a skip, well, from Juicy Jessica's Instagram. Really, her selfies. This is how I made the look. Yeah.
Oh well, that is very good for
It's
me.
quite scary,
it was,
isn't it?
Everyone knows I could not shoot a fly in Rumble, so for me to have this, even at the entry level,
it's
is
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why it's a Halloween costume, though, because there's no way I would have earned it, right? Zell Rayner pretty much gave it to me. She just let me shoot her. Anyway, good egg. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Soapstone. Before we get going, Callan, I just wanted to say, we know there's a lot of our friends in here that are hurting about what's happening in the Middle East, and we're not going to get heavy or political or anything, but I know that we all are feeling badly about the people in general that are being hurt there. War is never good. And in the end, all these people will die and they still have to sit down and talk. So for that, it's a very sad time, but there are some of our good friends in here. You may not even be aware. There are some of our friends here who are just devastated that they have family and friends in that part of the world. And so for them, let's all be very hopeful for peace. That's what we all want. Right, Cal? So anyway, that being said, yay, it is Halloween month. There are some other things that I like to mention, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I always remind everybody, check in on your loved ones that might be affected by those couple of things there. So that's one thing, but it's also Halloween, and that's why we are looking so cute, right? That's why we all look so cute. Zell's up there with her pumpkin shirt on. I love it. Claire's got her piratey looking outfit. Cute,
It's
right?
funny, we look at pumpkins, right? I'm devastated. I'm disappointed, actually, is the word, in myself.
Why?
So my wife and I, we decided to take Monday off from work, just gone, to go pumpkin picking. We went to this pumpkin patch. We paid a decent amount of money to go there. Walked around. We went to do the dead sunflower maze. It was that dead and that bad. The maze was already completed. There's the end. It was that bad. But spend a little bit of time there. We get to the end. Do you know what we went home with? A full stomach, because I just bought a burger and just went home. Didn't even buy a pumpkin. That's how bad.
You paid money. You paid money to go to a pumpkin patch to buy a pumpkin. There wasn't one pumpkin good enough in there. Not one.
I wouldn't say good enough. Like, I don't like the pumpkins to be perfect, but a lot of them had imperfection. It's just weird. Yeah. And I was like, I was coming up with every excuse I could, Lolly. Like, this one looks too much like Lolly D. I can't have that much. I can't carve that one. No joke. So no, it was disappointing. But then my excuse was, when we got in the car and we drove halfway home, realised we didn't have one, was we're not near Halloween just yet. To the point I was told that Halloween is all month.
Yes!
I'm like, no, one day. Yeah, so I was told off.
Well, I don't know about in the UK, but it's kind of warm in the US, and not all of it, but like in where I live. So if we carve our pumpkins more than 24 hours in advance, it is a race. Is the pumpkin going to turn into a green furry monster before Halloween? Because usually what happens is they start getting moldy like immediately, and it just turns into this green hairy looking thing, and then it collapses in on itself. And that's okay, on Halloween night if it's looking similar. But yeah, you can't 2 or 3 days ahead. No. You'll have a stain on your porch that'll last forever.
Our pumpkins will last the entirety of the month.
But not if you cut them. If you cut them.
Even when you cut, we've got one in our garden from because my wife went on holiday Friday, Saturday, and half Sunday with her friend and carved a pumpkin with her. Of course, without me.
And it still looks okay.
It's still there. It's not living, but It's creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
I've even taken them and dipped them in bleach because I heard that was something you could do. You like soak them in bleach and stuff. No,
Bleach?
still they get all green and it's just too hot here. I think just doesn't work. So anyway, I don't blame you for not getting a pumpkin. I never get them either. I get the plastic ones that light up. Anyway, has everybody gone out and looked at all the Halloween worlds? Are you guys checking them all out? That's what I've been doing lately. Who's got one they can shout out here? We know Drop Shot has a lot, and we're going to be talking about those. So besides Drop Shot's world, does anyone have another one to shout out that you were happy with, that you really liked? Come on, you guys. There's not
Even
one.
if
Go
it's
ahead,
a
little madam.
decorative world.
The horror storybook one by RJ the Creator.
Oh,
RJ
yes.
the Creator. Good
That's
shout,
a good
madam.
one. Yes, that's a really good one for sure. For sure.
I also
You know, I like
want to mention Crawl Space by Pinata.
Yes, yes. I still can't even get through that one because of my terrible anxiety with small spaces. But yeah, I got in there and went, oh my gosh. Yes, so crawl space is a really scary, anxiety encouraging world. Anybody else know one? I know lots of people have taken their bars and changed them up. Piece of Hawaii's looking real cool right now. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Anybody know a pub or bar? Go ahead, Claire.
Just bear in mind, it's the Halloween Horror Nights VR. It's done by Universal.
Yes. And you know what? I did notice something when I went in there in my 2, it was a lot harder to see. It was really dark in there. But when I went in my 3, and this is the first time that my 3 showed me something different. In Horizon Worlds, my 3 sort of does the same things. But in that world, in that video, you're right. And that is good. It's really good, except that part you have to stab the pigs and they scream. I don't know about what was there. But it was good. It's really good. Anybody else? No? Okay, well.
Scenic Club is decorated very well.
Oh yeah, you walk into a scenic club and they get you a little jump. Yeah.
kind of
I went in that one
Halloween.
too. I went in there. That was pretty good too.
Mhm.
All right. Well, isn't Gatsby's doing something, Jessica? Aren't they decorating shit? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't know about the other clubs. I haven't heard too much, but I definitely know about the Scenic Club and Gatsby's. All right. Well, let's get this party started, Cal. So let's, you guys all know who he is. Listen, I will tell you that this post on my social media got more views than anything I've gotten in the last several months. So Mr. Dropshot probably doesn't even need an introduction, but we'll give him a little bit one. Come on up. He's probably, I would say, the current king of horror here, which is why he definitely has to be part of our Halloween shows. And also just an incredible builder, And welcome, my friend, to our stage. And we're so grateful that you're here. It's so good to see you.
Showing off the face
Nice to
paint
be
as
here.
well.
Yeah, I know. I got the face paint. Yeah,
Face
I'm
paint.
a genie. I'm a genie.
A
I think I'm a
genie.
genie.
A genie
anyway.
out of a bottle. Yes,
Yeah.
very nice. Very nice.
Well,
I
it's
sort of
great
wore
we can
this
do
to compliment you. I was sort of thinking, and the
Oh,
three of us
yes.
combined with all this pattern and color, it's probably a little hard on the eyes. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it is
You
a
need a
more
rubber
fun, but-
ducky or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You need something.
I need some. I need more clothes. I need a
Or a-
stylist.
or an
Cold,
inner
man.
tube.
It's too cold to be wearing that for sure.
That's what the hat's
I'm
for.
sure.
Wait there, have I got a hat on? Can't even.
Yes, you do have a
Ah,
hat
to keep
on.
it
You do.
warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'll
really
give you-
sure what it is. It looks sort of like a monster on your head. Anyway, cool. Drop shot. Before we get into all your wonderful builds, maybe just give us a little tiny little bit about you. I know you're
Oh.
from the UK.
Okay, I'm Drop Shot. I'm from the UK. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like,
All
that's
right.
Short
it.
and sweet.
That's about it. Yeah, I'm from the UK.
How
My name's Drop Shot. Yeah. I don't
Just
know
want to
what
make
do
sure,
with that, yeah.
James, can we, Stam, can we get that on video? All that on video. That's quite a lot.
We're getting
Yeah.
all
Lot
the
to get
facts
there.
right here. We're getting them
Nah,
right
I
here.
mean, Yeah, this really does put me out of my comfort zone, you know.
That's
I mean,
cool.
I can I can walk through any scary world, anything, it doesn't faze
So
me.
what's
but
your
this-
What's your
this is,
favourite scary world then? Let's start with that.
My favorite. It probably is my second world I ever built. Test Your Fears.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be my my favorite. Yeah.
And is
Even though
this
it's
like
probably-
a
it's really
genre?
out-
It's like a genre you love? Is horror or?
I don't know why I went with the horror when I got here. I'm not sure why. I feel that horror is probably the best way to get really immersed into the experience. And I love doing experiences, so I sort of went with horror, and so my second role sort of took off a bit, really long time ago. So that sort of got me really hooked on the horror, and I just went just chucking out loads of worlds, of the horror stuff. I'm not like a massive horror fan, but the worlds I built with the horror people sort of liked, so it sort of pushed me to build more and more horror stuff.
Yeah, and you're good at it. You're and I know you have others on your team that help you, but you guys are really good at the character representation. Like Freddy Krueger looks like Freddy Krueger, and what's the clown's name in It? Is his name It? What is his name? I don't know. The clown.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. He looks
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
He looks amazing. He scared the crap out of me today. I was in there today.
Yeah, so my new world, The Endless Nightmare, was a collab with me and Fred819.
Mm-hmm.
So the Freddy, Fred819 can take full credit for the Freddy. That's actually Fred819's Freddy.
Yeah, it's really good, and I know the story, putting it together, and the mechanisms that you use. I mean, I don't know. You're the scripter mostly, right, on some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So what really got me the most was the character Freddy actually grabbing me. That was wild. I didn't expect that. I went to reach my hand, and he grabbed me.
It's on Instagram as well. I posted the.
Yes, I saw Storm. Thank you for immortalizing that for everyone to see. It was a moment.
Yeah,
I'm screaming, and my friends are like, "Take a picture!" Yeah, it was great. That was great. So
yeah, so with every build, I like to sort of push myself with new mechanics, and so I thought, what a better way to put you down the bath than Freddy to grab you and sort of stick you down there, It's all about pushing myself here, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. And the number of times you go through there, if you can't figure it out, like some of us didn't, took us all 9 times. But that was interesting. So something would change just a little bit each time as you went through there.
I tried to increase the scare,
the anxiety. It did. It increased.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is what you're really good at. The anticipation, that suspensefulness, I felt it in the Pennywise too, as you turn the corners and, where's he going to be? And boy, sometimes he really surprised you. So that was really good. So when you say wasn't your intention to do this horror stuff, you must have a love of it to create that suspense like that. You must love those kind of movies or something, right?
So no, it's not the movies. It's more of the VR experience I've had in the past. And on other platforms they've had horror. And I've always wanted to play them because they're great experience. They really pull you into the experience. There's no better way than horror. So when I got here, I'm like, what's this little button? Great. Let's try this. And I thought, first world, I'll try a bit of horror. And I don't have any background in anything to do with building or scripting or any of that. So yeah, I thought I'd try the horror stuff, and it seemed to took off. Everyone liked my horror, so I kept pushing out horror worlds. And until I met Fred, and he's like, let's try something different. So I tried loads of other different stuff, which was great for me because then I learned all the scripting for that, shooting games and all that. So.
So you came in with no background for building, scripting at all. You was kind of like an empty shell, and you've learned everything in Horizon in the space of how long you've been here?
I've been here, so probably just over 1 year now, yeah.
In 1 year?
In the UK, yeah, we've just sort of had it for 1 year.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you've really put out some impressive worlds, some that have shocked many people here. One world of my personal favorite is your Titanic simulation. Now that, hot. Like, you've got a Halloween update on there at the moment. I'm still yet to check that out, and I'm excited to see there was there's a Halloween update. I'm really excited.
I kind of I like to keep that one alive, because that seems
really
popular.
And that one is so important. I when it first opened, I hadn't even met you yet. I went in there and I was just thinking, this is so incredible because I'm standing there several times. I go in there, there are children there, and then they talk to you about the experience. So they learn history while they're in there.
They're learning the
and
history,
they're learning the history. And obviously, it's not it's a VR experience. It's not like a real life experience. But I think for a few minutes, you can maybe imagine what it must have felt like to be on that boat, because you do allow that same kind of suspense, and you allow enough time not to get bored, but enough time to get anxious about it sinking and the way it sinks. It's just done so well. Everyone has commented on that world. It's amazing. What made you want to do that, Titanic?
I don't know. So I did say to Fred, like, Fred819 up there, my friend. I said to him, I'm like, I want to build a Titanic, and this was way, way months ago, and I wasn't know if it was even possible, I didn't know if I could build a Titanic that was a good reputation of the Titanic. So one day I'm like, yeah, let's build the Titanic here. It's coming on, yeah. So the idea, I wasn't actually going to sink it to begin with. I thought I could just make the Titanic as an art piece. Then I thought, well, I got space, so maybe I can sink it. And I don't know why I thought of the Titanic itself. I don't know. I seen the movie. I love the movie. Maybe.
That's it. And I think from the UK side of things, the Titanic was something that was quite big in the early 2000s with the movie coming out, pushed to us all in the UK. Obviously, sailing from the UK, right, in Southampton, it's something that is close to a lot of people in the UK. A lot of family from the UK have passed away on the boat, of course. And then with the recent stuff with Ocean Gate that came out to see the Titanic, and
crazy.
there's a lot of things that popped, wasn't there? So Titanic will always live on in a lot of people's lives. History or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of my way of keeping alive the Titanic,
Yeah.
And people can experience it here.
Incredible world. Incredible. You have other things, though. I couldn't believe how many worlds you have. There's still a whole lot that I haven't even got a chance to go through yet. But as you said, the update for Halloween on the Titanic with that flying gargoyle guy, he's pretty creepy. I was somebody, I don't know if he picked them up or they jumped on him, but does he actually carry people off? Because there was a person, being carried off.
Yeah, he will pick them up and take them back to the platform and sort of drop them in a cage up there, But they have to opt in, I didn't force it on the player. They opt in, and then they got a chance of being picked up off the ship,
Oh, well, that's cool. So they kind of could expect it. Well, that's kind of neat. But yeah, that looked really cool, seeing him fly through the air with this person kicking their legs. And it was pretty neat.
Pretty
that was cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. So Dropshot, do you want to stick mostly with these kind of themed worlds? Do you have aspirations for building, a new type of world, or haven't decided yet?
I kind of like to keep with the experiences, like with the horror, I didn't experience the Titanic's an experience. I've always done experiences. I mean, I have ventured to other places where I've done shooting games and things like that, but I feel that I want to stick with the experiences.
Yeah. And it's more enjoyable for you building these experiences as well, I'm assuming.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That's where I really enjoy it. Yeah, definitely. I enjoy, Horizon is it's great. You can build and you can also share with other people, which makes it kind of really addictive.
So I want to go back a little bit in the timeline, and before the headset, like what was you doing before Horizon, and what made you come to Horizon?
Okay, so I had the headset, the Oculus Quest 2, and my brother got it, and he's like, "What can we do together?" And I'm like, "Well, we can try out Rec Rooms." So we did Rec Rooms, and then Horizon Worlds come available for the UK, so I tried that. And when I first got here, I went to venues. There was no one around. I run down, oh, this is great. So I left. And then the next day, Lee, my brother, he's like, so did you try Horizons? I'm like, yeah, I can take you there and show you around. So I did. But and then that's when I found the create thing. Like, you create a world. I'm like, oh, what's that? Create world?
so very early on then, so you really coming in here exploring, you found create.
The second visit. So
wow,
that's what's kept me at the create. Yeah,
it's impressive.
That seems to be what a lot of creators do. They walk in, they start looking at the menu, and they go, "Oh, create. Some of them I'll talk to and I'll say, have you seen this and that? And they look at me and they go, what? No. I create. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what
So
keeps me
I get it.
creating for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I didn't have
Crazy.
to create, I don't think I would still be
So
here.
you've seen it at its early stages. When it released in the UK, we were still in this beta stage for Horizon. What's your favorite improvement in the build menu? What's your favorite thing they've brought to create mode that's helped you?
What have they done to help? Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I don't really pay attention to that sort of thing. You know?
It's one of those things, isn't it? Like you don't
Yeah.
really notice the changes
I mean,
because you just
obviously
use.
they've upgraded slowly over time, but
Mm.
I've been happy with it ever since I started creating. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And you excited for any of the future stuff like mesh objects that we can import in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely for the mesh things. You think the things you can bring in. And obviously, I like doing the horror. So imagine getting attacked by something that looks kind of realistic. Yeah, that's gonna really push what I can do here. Yeah.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah. So do you think that the new meshes are going to make a huge difference in here, or do you think that they'll be nice, but we still have is that going to take over? Is the new mesh going to take over, or are we going to have both things? Do we know how that's going to work?
I'm not sure really. So with the primitive shapes, people stand out, don't they? Because what they can build with them. As soon as we can bring in just meshes, then it's kind of going to take away from the builders that can build here with the primitive shapes. Like Fred819, he can build some awesome characters. But as soon as everyone can just import stuff, I don't know if it's just kind of sort of take away from the builders that can build with what we got now. I'm not sure.
So hopefully we're going to coexist with both, which is what they're kind of doing now, right? That's starting to happen.
Look at this place. This is a mix of both, right? We've got the primitive shapes, we've got the mesh objects, and it's a pretty well put together world. And if we can coexist, it's going to be great. But like you say, I'm frightened that it could take away from the original builders in here of what it's not easy to build in Horizons, right?
No,
it took a while for people to learn how to snap, for instance. So you are right. Taking it away is a big thing.
Kind of maybe taking it away a bit from them, because what they can build with just normal shapes is, some people can build really great objects, and like Fred819 with his, like I say, that Fred819 built the Freddy Krueger he built Freddy Krueger before, but he updated it to do the collab on the Endless Nightmare.
Yeah,
I mean, but if anyone could do that in Blender and just put it in, it's not as good as someone that can do it with just primitive shapes. So I'm not sure how.
Is that the way VR chat is? Is that all mesh? Is that what that is?
True, yeah.
Okay, so and so you're right. There's things about that are great, but there's also things about that end up looking like just pictures, like a Viewmaster or something. So I hope that doesn't happen, because I do like all the 3-dimensional things we get to see in our world, and it's nice to have the mix. I think it looks better. So I hope they stick with that. That'll be great. So how did you and Fred start working together? You guys just met and started talking, and or did he?
So let's think about this. So I think Fred was friends with Terabytes, and Terabytes. Oh, this. You want to come and see Dropshot stuff, So I invited Fred as a tester to see my Halloween hub, and it was just a spider there, but I put a lot of detail in that. So he come along to see that, and then after that, I think Fred party chatted me. He's like, "Yo, I want to do the move the player up sort of deal, So I taught him through that.
Where is Fred? I know he's in here. Where are you, Fred? Fred, why don't you come up and you can maybe add a little bit to this conversation?
On, Fred. Come on.
Come on. The build partner, the man behind the man. How are you, Fred?
I'm good, thank you.
Doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to do this, to be honest, but if you hear any background noise, I apologise.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was basically just messing around. I came into Horizons very similar time to Drop, but his world was like incredible. His first world was incredible compared to what I could do. I could just sort of snap 2 boxes together, and I just was interested in the stuff he was making, and we chatted and we got on really, really well. And then we just said, well, let's just sort of work together. And we were playing around with making mechanics, and Drop did a lot of scripting. I was at the time doing quite a bit of scripting, and then different levels. So the Drop's moved on his level of scripting now. And obviously we collab occasionally, we go our separate ways occasionally, and we do other things. I mean, Drop's quite he's quite a chilled, laid back sort of guy, and he sort of gets on with stuff. If I ask him to do something, he just does it, and it's great because you can just say, right, I'd like this dinosaur to go and chase people, and 10 minutes later it does it, you know. And it's the sort of friend everybody wants, really.
Got the Jurassic Island world as well, haven't you? If I'm right in saying, really
so
impressive
Jurassic
world.
Island, I mean, that was the thing that I went away and sort of started. Well, to be honest, I got a little bit frustrated with the scripting because my knowledge was limited. So, and little bugs that were creeping in, and I just couldn't get something to happen. So I took myself away and just did some modeling because I love the modeling here. I love the modeling. So I did Big Ben, and I did a Jurassic Park art piece, which was just a dinosaur. And then Drop came along and said, "Oh, why can't we get it to walk around?" And I couldn't do that. He could, yeah.
God, there's nothing better, and it's obvious. It's like, you know, Lennon and McCartney and Bernie Taupin and Elton John. When you get two people who see that this person has what I'm missing and he has what I'm missing, and they have that mutual respect and learn from each other. Oh, it's magic. It's just magic, and look what you two have been able to accomplish.
I've never met Drop in real life. He's never met me. I don't think we've even had a phone call, have we? It's all been in Horizons.
And you both are in the UK. Do you live far apart?
Yeah, it's a bit. We live far apart. Yeah, a couple of
we live very
quite a
far
long time.
apart,
But
you know, that's a good thing with VR, right? We can just be in the same instance right now,
instance we're
even
together.
though we're miles away from each other.
Yeah,
it's great.
so
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking we should probably open it up to let everybody interact, because I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of questions and comments at you two. Fred, will you mind staying with us on the stage?
Yeah, I'll
I'm
stand
sure
behind this tree. It looks like I'm standing behind this tree. I don't know why. Yeah, I just sort of move backwards.
Come on, Sturm. Come on up. Come on up.
So I'm gonna, since Fred, you're here, I'm gonna ask you both the same question. So, Dropshot, what has been your biggest challenge and accomplishment in the metaverse?
My biggest challenge. I don't know. Let's start with the so Titanic is probably my biggest accomplishment. Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. Yeah, I didn't think it would take off like it did, but it has. Challenges would be when you're doing horror. It's kind of difficult to know what you're gonna do next. You walk through and you're like, go to this room. What happens here? That's where I get stuck. And I gotta think about it. Yeah. That would be my challenges.
And same question for Fred.
Yeah, so challenge-wise, scripting's always a challenge for me because I just hit a barrier with my knowledge and get frustrated. I've always sort of made things work within scripting and found out there's such an easy way of doing it. So that's the frustrating part for me. Knowing Dropshot's probably the best achievement I've ever had in Horizons because we have got a friendship that's enduring. Whenever he's on, he comes and finds me, and and it is a good friendship, to be honest. And it's a good thing. And we collab on stuff, and what we create, I believe, is quite good. When we, as you say, when we do stuff together, it looks quite good, doesn't it? So
yes, it does. Yes, it does. We love it. We love it.
Thank you.
Amazing.
All right, thank you, sir. Come on up, Claire. Or I thought I saw Maddie. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he'll probably be back. Okay, come on up. Come on up.
You're still amazing as ever, Lolly.
Oh, thank you.
As much like last week. This is for Dropshot. Your Titanic simulator is so. It is more like based on a real story, in case anyone didn't know. But you got that absolutely right. Literally, how it all went, and literally, when I first done it, I was literally in tears because it's happened, because we didn't know how we experienced. Now we know how everyone else went through. So, yeah. Are you planning to do any more simulators based on something like that?
I would love to, but I really don't know what to do, Coming from Titanic, where it's got so high up, I don't know what to do, I wish I did know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll
if I
come
think of
to
There's always
something,
a future.
yeah, if I
Some
think of
some
something,
might pop
you know,
up.
I will. But until then, I have nothing planned.
Yeah, mate, can go on.
Thanks, Claire.
That's right.
Hey, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie.
Hey, sorry, I know I was up next, but my kids just got home from school, and I always greet them when they come home. Um, Drop shot. Congratulations again on MetaMasters winning. That was a great team up that you guys had together. That
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah, yeah.
months ago, dude. We were
Yeah.
rooting for you the whole time.
Yeah, we're the
The
underdogs as
Titanic
well.
one
Mm.
that took me by surprise, dude. I kept thinking the whole time we were on that boat, like, what's going to happen next? You know what I mean? So I was taking. I snorted. I really love your King Kong. I would love if you have plans to do any more kaiju, because King Kong's always been my favorite. He's one of the few mammalian kaiju that are out there, and he's just absolutely incredible. Do you have any future plans to make any more kaiju like that?
I mean, you know, obviously you're talking about the King Kong, but it's just an art piece, right? Maybe bring King Kong to life and make an experience out of it. Yeah, you know, and
That'd be
I have thought about that, right? Yeah. So
I
you
I,
never
I
know.
would do
Yeah,
love that.
maybe. Yeah, I could bring King Kong to life there. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Fred,
So
amazing on the the artificial intelligence. What's the
Oh, yeah, thank you for that.
42
That,
and everything. Dude,
oh,
that was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people
Meta
understood
AI.
that reference, but those are some of my favorite books.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm glad you picked up on that reference. That's cool. Thank you for doing
Absolutely.
that.
You guys have a blessed one.
thank
You
you,
too.
buddy.
Thank you,
Thank
Maddie.
you, Maddie. Thank you. Awesome. Maddie's always got good questions. He always does his research on everybody too, which is very, very cool. Anybody else? Comments, questions, anything you want to say about any of the builds? Usually we have so many people. I'm so surprised at you guys today. I guess they just know everything about you already. These are your friends, and so I know they know your builds and they know you're shy. Get that egg, Cal. Oh, we have 2 eggs. This is awesome. So, what is the two of you? What are your 2 favorite worlds besides your own as far as Halloween goes? Pick a couple that you guys thought were pretty good, which is hard because
Horizon
you 2
High,
are
isn't it?
clearly
Horizon
there.
High.
Which one?
Horizon
Yeah,
High,
Horizon
yeah.
High is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
You like
We
that
played
one?
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who is it by? Is it by Meta?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
They
good one.
got
Is it a
new-
ride? I haven't even seen that one yet. Tell us about it a little bit. And why
Okay,
does it impress
so,
you?
I mean, the visuals are brilliant. You know, I can't wait till everybody can get that. That's cool. So you've not played it, no? Not
No, I
too
don't think I've seen that one.
Oh,
Horizon
Say and
High.
I took you there. Is it the one where
You
you have to shoot
did?
the little things on the wall or burn them and then they
Yeah,
explode?
you have to
Yeah,
burn
yeah,
these.
that's right.
Oh, we did.
Because
go
you died
there.
a few times and you got frustrated and we left.
A
There
lot
was
of people
that.
don't understand that. Obviously, you can talk to each other all the time, and you can say, "Right, go now, and don't go back." And we would just found it really good that you could play in that collaborative way. What I think Drop and I both like to do is try and make something that is a connection with the player. So when you come into one of our worlds, it's going to be a connection of could be anything, but just that like horror is the scare, the jump, and the anticipation that you're going to be scared, and the actual build up to that event and whether it does or doesn't happen. Classic horror films always make you think it's going to happen and then it doesn't, and then it
Right.
does. You know, and that's Drop's really good at that build up, and then it, you know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And we work on different things, don't we? We play around with that
Oh,
and
yeah,
try and
yeah,
try and make
straight
it
in, like,
as interactive as we possibly can.
Yeah,
'Cause I think-
suspense is everything in
Yeah.
scaring. It really
Yeah.
is. And I don't know, you guys are all pretty young, but you know, there's a movie Jaws, and you probably at least heard about it, where the shark is. It was in the 70s. Anyway, if you ever watched the documentary about this movie, they tell you that it was never their intention to have that scary music with no shark. That was never their intention. Their intention was to always show the shark, but the shark was such a it was such a problem. It broke down constantly. It couldn't be there or they'd never get the movie done. So they developed this scary soundtrack, and that is the anticipation.
shark,
and it
isn't it?
worked.
Yeah,
And it
amazing.
worked. So you hear that dun 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 dun, and then you don't see the shark. But that it was hilarious. If you ever watch that movie, watch the documentary because it's every bit as good as the movie. them describing all the problems. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. Steven Spielberg thought he was going to just be destroyed by that movie. Just like it was going to ruin his career. He was way over budget. Anyway, it's a great story. Well, if we don't have any more questions, if there's anything else the two of you want to discuss, let us know now. Or Cal, if you have more questions, what do you guys think? I was thinking we just go to one of your worlds. That would be great. Let's go see it. Do we have one that holds a lot of people? Oh, we have a question?
No,
yes,
I
ma'am.
just have a
Miss
comment.
Jen.
Well, come on here then. Come on, Miss Jen. Come on up.
Don't mind if I do.
If anybody has questions or comments, come right up.
I just wanted to say you two are amazing, and you make a great team.
Thank you.
You're amazing alone, but together they're like, they're a power couple or power building team. Power couple. That sounded really bad. No,
Team.
Just to
They're
clarify,
a power building
not a
team.
couple chemistry. I'm not going to lie.
Right. Thank you. Everybody relax.
Calm down, guys.
Chill.
I just wanted to give you kudos for your Jurassic Island. That is
Thank you.
so well done. I know no capacity. We only have so much that we can do, but it's really like you were just saying with Jaws. It's the fear of not knowing what's coming, and they did really, really good. So I just want to give you props on that one and say excellent job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good one to check out. Yeah, and it's perfect. It's not like Halloween scary, but it's suspenseful scary. So it's out at a good time, I think.
That's always good. Suspense is always good. We love that. It's my favorite kind of scary movie. Suspense. That's way better than just horror. So yes, and no offense to horror, I just like suspense.
Yes, no, definitely.
Thank
it's the
you,
fear
Miss
of not
Jen.
knowing. Yeah, thanks for letting me give my 2 minutes of fame up on the Soapstone. I appreciate it.
Yes, you are welcome. we love it. We love it. And I don't want to leave anyone else out. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? Please come down. I want you to get your kudos in if you want to tell them or ask them anything, even technical stuff. It's okay. If you have a technical question, with the rest of us will just sit here snoring, but that's okay. Maybe you got a tech question? No, we're good.
I'll
All
say
right
something.
then.
I'll say something.
Go
just
ahead, Fred.
once that-
Go ahead.
I'd just
Go
like
ahead.
to appreciate everybody's work, and we appreciate everybody's work that they put into Horizons Worlds, because we understand how long and how frustrating and how difficult it is to create worlds and to create something that touches people. Everybody here has got a talent, and like to share everybody's talent. Some of the worlds we've seen are just unbelievable. Some of the things people can do. Three-Eyed Tiger was showing us some stuff the other day, and it's just incredible what people can do. So, everyone should take responsibility or kudos from that, really.
Yes, and we
you've all
should
created some
appreciate our
amazing
builders
place.
because what takes us 5 or 10 minutes to enjoy, you all have spent so much time and energy and effort in, and I know some builders are just really big on little tiny details. Jim Puddin, we all know Jim. It's very important to him that the shadows are all correct and everything falls exactly right. We look at it and we think, oh, the sun's shining, there's a shadow. Right? We don't get.
Well,
I remember
like
I first started building, and I had a building, and I just put a light inside of it, and I was wondering why it wasn't shining outside of the place. Then I learned you got to paint every window. Anyway, I get it.
Isn't it?
That's why I don't
The
build.
Drop's a
frustrations.
perfectionist. You should see the amount of time he takes on certain things, and he,
It
for Endless
clearly shows.
Nightmare, he's changed that a million times to get it right, to get it nice, to get it pretty, and to get it working. And I'll settle, but he won't settle. He'll never settle.
No.
It's like an artist, though. It's like a songwriter. They won't always sing the first thing they write, right?
Right.
How many times do they scribble it? Yeah.
That's it.
I know, I
Right.
must have
Well, and it
changed that
shows.
place a lot.
Your attention to detail really shows. Go ahead, Sal.
You are muted, by the way, Phil.
Oh yeah, you're muted. So don't go ahead yet.
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
All right. One of the things I wanted to comment on is that you're both excellent builders and scripters, but you're also very humane and whatnot. You come into venues, you talk
Oh,
with
yeah.
people, you make those
Community.
connections, and you
Yeah,
make
we're
the
all about
community, and
community.
that's part of why I think a lot of people come back to you guys, because
Yeah.
over and over again you can be like, oh, I can have fun in Titanic, because they remember it, and but also because they remember you guys. I don't know. I've seen you people come up to you and be like, drop shot.
Oh,
because they
Dropshot,
like your work.
God, he's a god here.
Yeah, no, both of you are.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Both of you are. So I just wanted to thank you from like us out there, like that you are coming to the venues and you're
Oh, yeah.
talking with us, and
No, I mean,
even we can even bounce things off of you, and I appreciate that. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Thank you,
both say
Zach.
here
Love
and now
that.
we're available for anybody. If anyone wants
Mm.
help, we're available to help. If we've got the time, we'll help.
See, and
You know,
that is such a
anytime we
nice
can.
thing to hear because you know darn well, even the best builders in here would be like, I can't ask him that. He's too busy. You know, he's going to laugh at me. But, you know, we're all like this, right? We're all
yeah.
we're all in awe of each other, all afraid to approach
I
each
love
other.
to help people. Yeah.
And everybody
Got to
says
make the
that.
connections. You've got to make the
I'm
connections. If
definitely
you
here
want
to help
something doing,
people.
just come and
Yeah.
ask because it's the only way things get done. You know,
Yeah.
if we all
Yes.
stand back and don't ask, it doesn't get done.
Yeah,
You know,
we
you've
have an
got to build
amazing community in this
Yeah.
place in Horizon
Yeah.
Worlds. We are so lucky. For every one troll, I bet you there's 25 amazing people, and it's really
Yeah,
it's
we've
really
met some
great.
amazing people.
You
We've
said
met
it,
some
Lo.
Yeah,
amazing
that's
people.
definitely.
Yep.
meant.
It's the
That's right.
truth. It's the truth. And the trolls are getting less, if you ask me. I don't know.
I
Maybe they're
thought
just
that.
It
afraid of
depends
me.
on where
I'm
you
not
go
sure.
and what time of day.
Yeah.
What time of day
Well,
you're
no.
going.
No, we have had less
Experiment.
experience with that in a much more community. People are like wanting to work together and have fun in here again. You know, we want that.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being a big part of that. And you are. She's absolutely right. I see both of you in venues quite a
Oh,
bit
yeah, we're always
available to
there, yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, everybody, you should know that venues is the place. If you wouldn't think that, but it is. If you're ever looking for builders, a lot of times they take breaks and stuff in there, and you'll see a lot of them in there. Did you agree, Tiger? There's a lot of people that hang out, right, in venues, right? Yeah, I see Tiger in
And
there all the time
definitely,
too.
definitely, don't be afraid to approach them. Don't be afraid to approach anybody.
Right.
Ask.
Yeah,
Completely
As long as it's
agree.
done with respect, that's all we're asking
Yeah,
for. It's just, you know,
exactly.
come up and
yeah,
screaming at us. It's
be
not- doesn't go
respectful of
down
your
well, but-
time. And your talent. You know, a lot of people don't realize for the same reasons, you know, all the time and effort you spend in making something, and then people think it's just okay to take it. It's not. Most of the time, you guys, not just you, a lot of builders will freely give you things, but sometimes they won't, and they have reasons for that. So ask, and there might be a good reason why that won't work. But yeah, there's been so many cool things shared with me. I'm so lucky. Great things that people build. Very grateful for. This guy builds wonderful things too. You're a great builder too. Believe it or not, I think that. I really do. I really do. And he shares a lot of his stuff with me, which I'm very grateful for too. So thank you guys for being who you are and being so community minded.
Oh yeah, we're here for the community. for sure,
Yeah, we
definitely.
appreciate you. And keep building amazing stuff.
Mm,
We're
yes.
so
We've got
excited.
Many things in the
Yes.
Many things.
We did.
Many
Great.
ideas.
Well, let's you two decide which world should we go to, or maybe you can open a
Drop a
couple different
poll,
portals. Yeah, we'll drop a portal out there
portal
and let
outside.
people.
So I would say Titanic because that can
All
hold
right, well, let's go to
probably
the
everyone.
Titanic.
Who
Who
wants
hasn't
to-
been to the
yeah.
Titanic? Has anybody